even really
Sorry.
tackle first base.
Sorry about that. I think I had the volume off. All right. Bows and bow ties. Let me see if I got that right. Okay, so look. I wasn't going to talk about this, but that's where I'm at with it. Basically, the last day or two, it's just been a crazy, I don't know what's going on. I feel like it's been a full moon or something. So I wanted to just talk about, I think we need more scripted television shows. I say this because much of what I see now on social media and everything like that, everyone is just reacting to everyone's life, like this, the fake reality television, etc. And I feel like at this point we need to have more scripted shows, because at least there was like a plot, there was some sort of resolution, or maybe they built drama throughout the season, right? But you had a clear protagonist and an antagonist. You had a lot going on, and you could talk about issues in these shows, and get certain things across. You don't want to be too political per se, but you can address issues. Why am I talking about this? I think about how right now, if you look at reality television, obviously not reality. And so people are reluctant to bring up many of the real issues because they're also concerned about their brand. They're concerned about their brand. So women or men, but like they get on these shows and no one is really being their authentic self because they have a brand to protect. But if you're in a scripted show, you are playing a character, a caricature of something, like you have a persona for the show. I do believe those who participate in reality TV are personas, right? I do believe that these women, especially the women, are personas. They're not their authentic selves, and it's supposed to be reality TV. When you are in a scripted show, now this is just coming from my opinion, you can actually act out the character, but actually speak to the issues or whatever you're writing for the show, and that does give you a layer of protection. I just hate what reality television is right now, and so much of what's happening when I hear people on social media is just talking about what happened on a reality TV show, but it's based off of what they think is going on in other people's lives, etc. And I don't know. I just feel like we're not growing as a group of people. I think about when I was coming up, there were so many shows. I mean, I feel like sitcoms are dead, right? We had so many. We had Roseanne. Now, I know that Roseanne has been canceled, but that show I thought was such a good show. It spoke to what it's like, at least I believe, what it's like living in middle America. It spoke to the types of issues that were happening when it's like when a family is struggling with financial insecurity, health stuff, just family trauma, dysfunctional relationships within a family, right? I thought that show was amazing. The dad was not some hot shot, like whatever. He was a blue collar man who worked hard, who had to deal with the stress of trying to take care of his family. The mother was also trying to hold it down. The kids did not dress in the best stuff, like they were normal, like, you know what I mean? Like, it was such a good show. I think about how you had, on the flip side, you had something like the Cosby Show, and it was important to show Black people in a different light, and so that was different, and it spoke to different issues. Sometimes they brought up historical stuff, music, whatever. I look at shows, like Family Ties, and well, The Wonder Years wasn't really like a sitcom, but and they spoke to what it's like growing up as a youth, all these things. What we have now, besides the really bad reality TV, we have some scripted TV shows, but it's too everything is centered around cop and crime and that type of thing. I think the reason why I have grown attached to the show Abbott Elementary, you can speak to like issues, like things that teachers face when trying to educate our kids, but you can get some hee-haws in the process. You can bring up those issues, and I feel like we don't have enough of that. So we have shows, like we have our reality TV shows. I still watch Survivor when I get around to it. I watch Survivor. But then the other ones, I just feel like, I don't know what it is, I'm becoming less and less inclined to watch them. They are so, I don't know, it's wash, rinse, repeat, right? Like, it's the same thing. Like, there's a formula. And now people are more invested in these people's lives. Like they're way too invested. Like, I'm way too invested. I think about right now what's going on, Real Housewives of Potomac. Like, that's one of the shows that I keep falling asleep on because, like, I need to just stop watching it at this point. We are so invested in these people and how they treat each other, which a lot of it, I think, is just drummed up, like made up drama. And I think about how, like, for the whole rest of the season, we gotta listen to, Candace and Giselle argue over the Chris situation when Chris should have never even been in her room in the first place, regardless who invited who. I gotta see all the ridiculous fake tears and Giselle's like fake, I don't know. Like, I was just really uncomfortable. I mean, like I said, if somebody says they were, you have to address it, right? You can't gloss over it. You can't, push it under the rug or sweep it under the rug. But when I look at like what's going on, it's like we're not taking that time to use that platform to inform the people, educate the people, make people laugh. There's nothing funny on these shows. These shows are just basically meant to tear each other down. Everyone's calling each other bees and this, that, and the other. And it's like they just love dragging each other all the time. The women don't look like normal women. You got to put on like an outrageous amount of makeup and wigs and extensions and everything. It's like what happened to the regular woman? Everyone looks the same. It's just, I don't know what it is. I think we need to return to the scripted television shows for a while. We need that. I think we need things that are wholesome for the family. I think we need to go back to having more game shows. We really need to go back to having game shows. That's just where I'm at with it. Something that's going to make people laugh. Something that brings family together. If you look at what's out there now, it's just nonsense. Anyway, go ahead, subscribe and like this because I'm amazing in every way and I can do no wrong. Later.